The NGO regulation bill is where we're keeping our focus this morning, and it's, among other things, seeks to look at how the NGOs can be better constituted, and that bill is with the House of Reps now, and it is past second reading. Let's go quickly to Abuja with Markwe and Ngilale to look at this.
Oh yes, Gimba, indeed we sink our teeth right into that controversial bill, which has raised quite a bit of dust. And to help us shed a bit of light on it is Matthew Kukah, who is the Bishop of Sokoto Diocese. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you very much.
It's good to see you after a while.
Thank you. I'm good, happy to be here.
Well, you led the protest yesterday, the delegation of a lot of CSOs to the National Assembly yesterday, and you said you stand with them in opposition of the bill. What are the issues that you have with the bill?
A point of clarification, I didn't lead a protest. Two, I was actually an accidental tourist. I happened to be in Abuja, and I was discussing with my colleague, Father Barkindo, and he said to me, oh, you know, we're going to the National Assembly tomorrow over the issue of the NGO bill, which I was very much aware of. And I thought, okay, I'll shelve every other thing and go be with them, in part because I think I'm not sure that the political class in Nigeria sufficiently appreciates its role, the nature of where we are, and how difficult transitions are. And I thought, you know, civil society is what defines democracy. And I'm not sure that the political elite in Nigeria have come anywhere close to understanding that. Let me give you an example. In 1835, an American diplomat and historian visited the United States of America. He went precisely to study prisons. His name is Alexis de Tocqueville. And anybody who is involved in political science anywhere in the world cannot be complete without knowing about the book written, seminal book written by him titled Democracy in America. He went to study prisons in America. But he ended up publishing actually in 1835 a book called Democracy in America. One of the key findings of de Tocqueville was that democracy in America was being driven by what he called associational life. And that because democracy is about horizontal relationships, we have a situation where Nigerian politicians are obsessed with deepening democracy. And I keep saying, no, we should be talking about widening democracy. And no other institution exists so far to operationalize this than civil society. In 1989, the Berlin Wall collapsed. It was the result. It was not the military. I mean, the wall had spent 50 years dealing with the whole question of what options were best. Is it communism or is it liberal democracy? Communism collapsed in 1989 precisely because civil society groups were the driving forces. And it's an irony that America that spends hundreds of billions of dollars and the Soviet Union building up arsenals, that this system collapsed without a single gunshot being fired. And that Bill Clinton, who actually dodged the draft, was president of the United States of America at that time. Point I'm making is, again, you fast forward to the Arab Spring. How did the Arab Spring come about? Who were the driving forces? And then, you know, Nigerians have very, very funny memories. Under the period of Abacha, and I think my credentials are intact in that regard, because I know what we struggle for. The Olisa Agbakobas, the Ayo Obes, the Clement Nwankwas, the Chidi Odinkalus, you know, a lot of these guys are still around. None of them is playing an active life in the political process. So we have a situation where a lot of young people sacrifice their lives on the streets of Nigeria, the Patutomis of this world. They are unable to access this new building called democracy in Nigeria. All we have are people who have come with credentials. We don't know where they've come from. So the political class has become an army of occupation. That's the way I can put it. So for me, I needed to be at the National Assembly, and I stand unequivocally on the side of civil society because I think they are the driving force of democracy.